Meanwhile, traumatized survivors, elementary school kids, will carry forever the horror of hiding from a killer with a rifle. One girl we spoke with heard the shots and the screams. She hid under a table, and she lost her best friend. Fox 4's Alex Boyer spoke with that young survivor. He is in Uvalde tonight. Alex.
Yes, Steve, a very difficult story. You know, first off, I want to tell you I'm standing here at the town square where just a few minutes ago the community came together, held hands in a prayer vigil. Now back to that young 10-year-old girl. Her name is Gemma Lopez. I had a chance to spend a few minutes with her today at the park alongside with her grandmother. As she tells me she was watching a movie when all of a sudden a bullet came through the wall. It turned out that the gunman was right next door shooting inside that classroom. Sadly, her best friend died. Her grandmother, now worried about her mental health. The grandmother tells me that she and other parents were outside of the school desperate for police officers to go inside.
And then I just went to the window to go see what was going on. I saw a police officer, and then I heard more of the gunshots.
10-year-old Gemma Lopez survived the unimaginable. The Robb Elementary School fourth grader was in her classroom Tuesday morning when an 18-year-old gunman armed with an AR-15 style rifle began shooting up the connecting classroom next door.
A bullet came through the wall. It went in between Gillis and Stacy. It went past my arm and hit the table.
Lopez and her classmates were watching the movie Jungle Cruise. It was supposed to be a fun day with the end of the school year on the horizon. Soon, it was about survival. Her teacher turned off the lights and told the students to hide.
We're quiet under the table. I was crying just a little bit.
Lopez says police evacuated their classroom. She says she ran and never looked back.
I was just scared because I thought he would come in our room and shoot everybody.
Sadly, she would later learn her best friend, 10-year-old Eliana Cruz Torres, was among the 19 students and 2 teachers who were killed. Like many family members who first arrived on scene, Lopez's grandmother was desperate to get inside.
I don't know what to do. I mean, I wanted to jump the fence and see what's going on.
Witness video from the day of the shooting shows frantic parents pacing outside Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, begging police officers to go inside and confront the gunman.
You know that they're kids, right? They're little kids. They don't know how to defend themselves.
It's not exactly clear when, during the course of the police response, the video was recorded. But we do know from DPS it was approximately 1 hour from the time police encountered the shooter to the time he was killed. A tactical team breaching the classroom where 19 fourth grade students and 2 teachers were killed.
That long, I think that's terrible. That's terrible. They should have done something.
At a press briefing Thursday afternoon, the Texas Department of Public Safety laid out an updated timeline, reversing some of the information that had been previously reported. Wednesday, Fox News and others spoke to DPS officials who said the shooter and a school resource officer exchanged fire. But on Thursday, Lieutenant Victor Escalon with DPS said there was no officer on the campus and the shooter walked into an unlocked door on the west side of the school with no resistance. Police eventually did arrive about 10 to 15 minutes after the shooter crashed his grandmother's truck near the school and fired on 2 people at a nearby funeral home.
They hear gunfire, they take rounds, they move back, get cover.
They saw the gunman enter a joint classroom through 2 open doors, but instead of pursuing,
they don't make entry initially because of the gunfire they're receiving. But we have officers calling for additional resources. Everybody that's in the area, tactical teams, we need equipment, we need specialty equipment.
An hour later, a Border Patrol tactical team arrived with protective gear and a shield. It's unclear how many children who were shot early on may have survived had authorities gotten into the classroom sooner. And as this investigation continues, more tragic news from the aftermath of the shooting. Thursday, the family of Irma Garcia, one of 2 teachers killed, announced her husband, Joe, suffered a fatal heart attack. Their family posting online that the grief of losing his high school sweetheart killed him. They leave behind 4 children, the youngest 13 years old.
Here you go.
Meanwhile, the community continues to stop by the school and pay their respects. Some parents of the victims, including the father of one 10-year-old girl, insisting police should have done more.
A lot of the parents will argue with the police. Y'all need to go in, y'all need to go do your jobs.
And as we come back out here live at the town square, you may be able to see in the distance there that folks are beginning to light candles and placing them in front of the 21 white crosses that are honoring the lives of those 19 students and 2 teachers who died. Now, it's worth noting that there are numerous reports of several parents who had been directly confronting law enforcement outside of the school, begging them to go inside. The Wall Street Journal reporting that one woman said that she actually was handcuffed by some U.S. Marshals on scene, but eventually jumped over the fence, went inside the school, and got her kids herself. A spokesman for the U.S. Marshal's office denies those claims. Steve.
All right, Alex, we've been talking a little bit about the protocols for a school shooter, active shooter, that the protocols now say you got to just go in and take him out. Earlier today, you spoke with a retired police officer about how law enforcement handled the situation. What was his take on all this and what happened?
Yeah, he's a retired police officer and also a firearms instructor who is now a lecturer to other police departments. And he tells me that, you know, based on the information that he knows, he says it's very difficult to stop something like an AR-15 rifle with a service weapon, the pistol, the gun that would be given to a police officer that they would normally carry with them at the time of an encounter like that. Still, though, he went on to say that he believes that the tactical unit did absolutely everything they could as fast as they could to get inside of that classroom and to keep the situation from getting any worse. Of course, that's of little comfort to the parents who lost loved ones.
All right, one bit of confusion still from your story, actually, the news conference information. In that news conference, we were told first responding officers heard gunfire, that they saw gunfire, and they did not make initial entry. Is there clarity about if they were actually being shot at, or were they hearing the attackers shooting, maybe shooting victims? Do we know?
Right. Well, according to the Uvalde police chief who put out a statement this afternoon, he says that the officers, his officers, engaged the gunman inside the doorway there of the school. And actually, those 2 Uvalde police officers did suffer gunshot wounds and then retreated back outside of the building. And then again, what we found out later on was that additional officers were called, as well as the tactical team that ultimately breached the classroom about an hour from the time that that suspect crashed his truck near the school grounds.